Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris, coming to you from Washington, D.C., right smack in front of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops headquarters, the USCCB, as part of our continuing coverage of our press event to alert the secular, politically conservative media about the shenanigans this group is up to. First, since this is all part of our coverage, we'd like to say thank you very much to all of the donors, the many donors of you who helped make this entire event possible, certainly not just this Vortex, but the entire press event at the National Press Club, as well as this rally that will be starting here shortly. We're shooting this on Thursday, even though you're seeing it on Friday. All right. Many of the things many Catholics don't really understand is that this organization, the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, is not part of the Catholic Church. Never has been. This organization, even though it says it right there, the name Catholic, if there was an organization on the face of the earth that should have the name Catholic taken out of its title, it should be this one. This organization has zero teaching authority. It produces no documents that any Catholic has to give any weight to. The actual staff here and their hundreds of millions of dollars of budget each year are actually political lobbyists. That's what they do. They go up to Capitol Hill and they lobby for certain pieces of legislation, certain initiatives to get passed, for different things to be funded. Of course, the next round they come around and they want some of the money that they have pushed to be passed in the legislation. They are an NGO, a non-government organization that is a contractor for the United States government, and in this case, Democrats, to get various things done for them, like immigration and climate change and all. That's what this organization is. It has nothing to do with the Catholic Church. It has nothing to do with Catholicism. It has no teaching authority. The reason this outfit is here in Washington, D.C. is because it is not that very far from the Capitol, where they simply go to the Senate or the House office buildings and go petition congressmen and their staffs, senators and their staffs, to push bills that liberal bishops want pushed, as well as to gain hundreds of millions of dollars in funding, billions in the last numbers of years. This is not part of the Catholic Church. Repeat after me. This has to come to an end, that this group is being covered for by the bishops as though it has something to do with the Catholic faith, when it has nothing to do with the Catholic faith. Again, inside this building are more than 100 staffers paid for by your diocesan tax, as well as the money they take from various funds of administrative funds that they take from the government money that's given to them. And then they use that to continue to propagate this bureaucracy. It has nothing to do with Catholicism. Again, there isn't a single bishop who goes here who has to pay the slightest bit of attention to anything that comes out of here. This was formed in 1966 under the notorious Cardinal of Detroit, Archbishop Cardinal of Detroit, John Dearden, who, as soon as he got this up and running, hand-picked the guy who would eventually become Cardinal Bernardine. At the time, he was Auxiliary Bishop Bernardine, to begin administering this, and it turned into a money-making machine. And they figured it out pretty darn quickly that since they're here in D.C., they can set this up and they can continue to go to Congress to fatten their coffers. Over the years, this has turned into a gigantic bureaucracy that you pay for, whether you're an American or a Mass-going Catholic, both. Each diocese in the country is taxed by this organization to give over some of its money that you have thrown into the collection plate to then take that money and help fund this bureaucracy. The rest of the money comes from your tax dollars. So you're getting hit twice. If you're a Catholic sitting in church and you give any money at all to the diocese that the diocese gets, some of that comes here. If you are an American taxpayer and give any money, pay any taxes, which, unless you're a certain class of people, you got to pay, a portion of that money comes here to fund this in the form of those NGO contracts. What are the contracts used for? To destabilize the American Republic by pushing the democratic agenda. This has to end. Bishops want to have a thing here, that's fine. Don't call it Catholic, because it ain't Catholic. One of the things they did where there's no accountability here, precisely to avoid accountability, is the bishops set this up, and then moved it under the protection as though it was part of the church as far as the IRS code is concerned. Again, repeat after me. This has nothing to do with the Catholic Church. It is a money-making political lobbying firm that has a crucifix on it. It's got to come to an end. Reporting to you from right out in front of the political lobbying firm known as the USCCB, this is Michael Voris in Washington, D.C. God love you.